One of the most difficult questions we ever get asked is, what do you do? And we usually tell people what we do. I'm a manager at, some widget company, and nobody really cares, because nobody cares what you do. And so we're supposed to answer the question with why we do what we do. And that just takes practice, again. So let me give you a couple of examples of how it worked. I found myself at a meeting once. It was actually a social event held at an organization, and I was talking to one of the guys and telling him about the stuff that I do, and he says, "You've got to tell the boss." And I said, "Okay." And so he walks me over to the big guy, and he doesn't even make an introduction. He just leaves me standing there and walks away. And the guy turns to me and goes, "Who are you?" Now, if I wasn't starting with why, I'd say, "Hi, my name is Simon, and I have a consultancy, and I speak and I teach, and I'm an author, and I go through all the things that I've done and all the people I've worked with, and maybe some of my clients, all in an attempt to tell him who I am and why he should listen to me." But then he would have just sort of pointed to the chips and said, "Nice to meet you," But I didn't say that. I looked him in the eye and I said, "I wake up every single day to inspire people to do what inspires them. And I know that your company is trying to increase the amount of customers it's getting in one particular sector, and the question is, are you inspiring people to do it? Because the only way people will give you loyalty is if you inspire them to do so. I teach leaders and organizations how to inspire people." And that's all I said. I didn't tell him what I did. I didn't tell him who I knew. I didn't tell him any of my clients. And he said to me, he looks over to me and says, "Do you have a business card?" And I handed them a business card, and I told them all the details later. Don't forget, a why doesn't close the deal. It just opens it. It allows people in. It gives context. All of these things need to work together. Why you do what you do, how you do things, and what you do. I don't for 1 second believe the why is more important than any of the other pieces. It's just the place we have to start, and it's also the place we so often forget to even include. So learning to start with why really is, especially in a business context, when you're interviewing for a job or pitching your services to someone, it really is remarkable. I get so many letters from people, all excited that they went into a pitch or they went into a job interview and they started with why, and they were so excited that not only did they get the job, but the person who hired them actually said, "We love ... and they repeat their why back to them. They don't talk about their qualifications or any of these things. In other words, it really does drive human behavior. And the more you get good at it, the more you start to feel and see the results of starting with why.